Hi, and today it is The Walking Dead, The Ones That Live. This is the hotly anticipated, I don't know if that's really a thing, but this is the sequel to The Walking Dead and what Rick has been up to. Now, off the bat, I've watched the episode, obviously, because I'm reviewing it. For me, I enjoyed it, but it felt more like it was a sequel to World Beyond rather than The Walking Dead. And, of course, that's just because of it's happening in the CRM. So for me, it felt more like a sequel to World Beyond. So, ever so quickly, the plot's not much in great detail. Rick has been constantly trying to escape from the CRM. His latest attempt that we see in there, he cuts his hand off, so he's now comic accurate. He's being looked after by his commanding officer, and so is Maze from Lucifer. She's in it. Can't remember her name. And it's basically just what Rick's been up to for the last few years, and he constantly tries to escape, but in the end, one of his friends tells him if you just join the military, you'll be put outside, and Rick sees this as his chance to finally escape. But we'll get there, because it doesn't happen. We find out what the A's and B's were from World Beyond. I know many people would have guessed it, but we've got clarification. I really liked the relationship between Rick and his commanding officer, Orkifer. I'm fucking butchering the name. But I liked that relationship. Now, don't get attached to him because he's dead by the end of the episode. But I did like that budding mentoring relationship. He sees Rick and Maze as alphas, not betas, which is the ranking system in the CRM. If he was an alpha, as we saw in the World Beyond, that's where they go to die, and they're doing tests to see how long it takes you to reanimate, where Bs are put to work because they're not seen as free thinkers or leaders. Well, obviously, Rick is, we know this. Janus should have known this, because she's in that city at a high rank now as well. So they have a budding mentoring relationship. There are little callbacks to World Beyond, where Omaha is destroyed. As we know, that's by the CRM. And Rick and Maze are sent to set up a new headquarters for the CRM. We see throughout the episode the entire strength of the RM. They've got full working helicopters and everything. They've got, they're still fully tooled. I don't know where they're getting their oil from, but they're fully tooled up. They could actually take the fight and destroy the zombies, but for some reason they haven't. Although we do know they were working on weapons, but it was mainly gas to kill other humans. By the end of the episode, Orkifer's killed. Rick can fly a chopper now, and we're reunited with Michonne already after the end of episode 1. Not so happy about that one, but there we are. So that's just a basic fucking one. There's not much really to say, So was it any good? That's the main important thing. Was it any good? I actually quite enjoyed it. This first episode, I enjoyed the first episode. We got some answers. I was happy with that. In World Beyond, I much more enjoyed season 2. One, because they finally killed walkers. In season 1, they went out of the way to not kill them. But not only that, in season 2, we were in the CRM. And I found that to be really interesting. So we're getting a lot more here. You know, we see the weaponry they have. We see how they're recruiting, soldiers. We see what you have to do to get into become a soldier, You start your way at the bottom, like we saw in World Beyond, where they got them, pikey things, and they go around, that's how they get rid of the walkers. Like I said, it gave us the answers. We learned about the A's and B's, happy with that. We learned a bit more about Project Operation Cobalt, which was the military's response, and now Rick's commanding officer was a pilot who dropped bombs on Los Angeles and dropped bombs on, other cities. And he was tasked with dropping bombs somewhere else. And he refused that order and for some reason dropped his bombs on a lot of Marines, including his wife. So that was an interesting backstory. And it helped the two of them bond a bit more. I thought his character's death, Okifaz, death is rubbish, because I would have liked to see more. And if they do flashbacks where we continually see him, it's not going to make any difference to us because we know he's dead. I think reuniting Michonne and Rick right away was a mistake, because it would have been better to have seen them having to find each other. This was just way too... I mean, Michonne's running with people that can take down helicopters. However many years after a zombie assault, and they're not even military. No. I would have liked them to remain separated for a couple of more episodes and have it where they find their way to each other. This was just pure happenstance and very convenient for the plot. So that's it. I mean, not much of a review. I'm not going to lie, it's the first episode. I am cautiously optimistic. Because as we know, The Walking Dead has suffered greatly through inconsistent writing. Some of it, it goes on for that long sometimes. No, it's not even that long, it's only about, 15, 16 episodes maybe, but there's a lot of filler and a lot of crap stories in it. But this one has the potential to be good. The whole point of Maze and Rick being took under this guy's leadership was because he wanted to change the CRM from within. Because he knew that, eventually things are going to have to change. Otherwise, it's just going to be military dictatorship. So I liked that aspect. I liked that mentoring, and they got rid of it. Just like that. So now it's just going to be Rick and Michonne against the CRM. No. You had a good thing right up until the end. I'm sure we'll get flashbacks, and I'm sure we're going to get to see next week's episode will be what Michonne's been up to for the greater part of the episode. Then hopefully by episode 3 it moves on to, instead of catching us up with the characters, we can start moving forward with the storyline. Anyway, that's it for me. Bye for now.